What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for another episode of Warhammer Total War Warhammer Hammer Tor Water 2. Welcome on back. We are playing the Skaven right now, and we are putting up with filthy elf problems. Definite filthy elf problems. He's got an Eagle Claw bolt thrower. That's problematic, but he doesn't have a lot of archers. We also didn't heal nearly as much as I was hoping we would heal before we went into this combat. But we should have this guy. I don't actually know why the deployment, the balance of power, is shifted in our direction. We've got two sets of heavies right now, and we should be able to bust through their lines pretty easily. I do wish we had cavalry so we could run that down, but something tells me Skaven are not going to be a cavalry race. Let's go. Let's fight this battle on out and see how we can fare against the nasty elf things. One thing I will say about... Yep, battle's on me again. I know, pal.
Forces are ready to deploy for the coming engagement. They may be positioned.
Alright, we can position just about anywhere we want to position over here. Yep, I'm aware. Thank you. We'll take a look.
This forest may be used to conceal your forces. Arrange your rat ogres.
That's not the worst plan, actually. I was thinking something along the lines of the same thing. I was thinking that I was going to put my archers over there, too, until the fight is gained, and then once they join the fight, we'll hit them from the flank super hard over here. So which way are we facing right now? I feel like they've gotten rid of the mini-map. Didn't there used to be a mini-map somewhere around here? Like, I vaguely remember there being a mini-map. Everybody's facing that way, so I'm going to assume the enemy's coming from this direction. Probably a reasonably decent assessment. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to... Oh, it's going to force me? What's going on right now? Oh, it's forcing me to take control of the rat ogres. Yeah, put them over here. So there we go. Rat ogres, y'all go inside the forest.
Your troops are now hidden from enemy
sight,
as you can see.
And what we'll want to do is we'll want to pull these guys back. And our big hope, what we really want to happen, what we're really hoping will occur is that they'll pull the ballista forward. Then we can hit the ballista first with the rat ogres. They'll lose what is basically their only playing chip against us, which is heavy artillery, because our spearmen, while lower in number, have far more XP than theirs. So they should be a little bit stronger. XP in Total War counts for a lot. This little thing right here, these little chevrons, they're going to go up as they fight in more and more battles. And once they get to like silver and gold tier, one of these guys can be worth like 5 of the fresh troops that just have no idea what they're doing. And so you really want to use your veterans to the best of your ability. I do not want you to talk to me anymore. Go away. Stop talking to me, old man. Why do you keep talking? Oof.
Place the rest of your troops close by.
Well, never mind then.
Forward slopes once battle begins.
What I was gonna do is I was gonna pull these guys back to here, and I was gonna put the archers in over here too, so that they could pepper the enemy. Not fire at will mode, but once they join the fight, they'd be getting hit in the back with projectiles. But I guess the game doesn't like that idea. So what we'll do for right now is we will line up our vanguard right here with a reverse hill defense. Reverse hill defense is where you're on the back side of a hill. So if your enemy has a lot of archers and they're marching at you from a position in order to minimize the amount of damage you'll take from taking arrow strikes, if you look right here, they lose line of sight coming up and over the hill. That forces them to fire blind, which increases the amount of misses. And then as they charge up over the hill, you maintain a reasonable high ground near the back so that you're still on even footing, but it kind of negates the ability of their ranged units to really assist the fight and the fray. So just kind of a thing to think about for when you're doing combats like these, especially in games like Mount & Blade Warband, where it actually kind of like matters what positioning you take. You, sir, be right there in the middle, and we will rally when we're ready to go. So let's start this battle off. They're going to march from that direction right there. Rat ogres, I would like y'all to be over here. Alright, so let's take the top of the hill. And then on this side, what I want... Oh, there is a mini-map. It was just hiding it from me because it's mean and it's upsetting. Oh, it dropped my control. There we go. So what I want is these cats... I'm sorry, I keep left-clicking. I've been playing...
My lord, the enemy field artillery against you. They will be able to strike against your forces at great range.
Oh, I know. The rat ogres are going to eat them. I'm going to wait for the rest of their vanguard to get away, though.
Employ your hidden forces, my lord.
Yep.
Advance them through the forest, and they will be able to quickly...
One step ahead of you, old guy. One step ahead of you. I've been playing, to explain why I keep messing up the controls, I've been playing Pillars of Eternity. And so, unfortunately... why are you guys all lined up funny? Go over here, and yes, we are absolutely getting hit. Is that all my rat ogres? Alright, you guys go over there. Do your thing. We are taking more fire than I'd like to admit, but I think it'll be alright. What I want you guys to do is go ahead and engage. I want to make sure we maintain the high ground. You right there, go after their center line. If we can break the center flank, gives us a decent opportunity for charges. They're going to keep their archers back here. What we're going to do is we're going to eat these guys, then we're going to eat these guys, then we're going to hit them from the rear. Hit it from the back. Oh, that was sneaky. That was very sneaky. Okay. I'm going to accept this as a broken line right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to have him break off and hit this side right here to try and eat these dudes first. These guys are going to take some damage in the center, and it looks like they're already getting ready to bail on out. The ballistas are getting eaten right now, so that's good. Ballistas are pretty much done as far as that's concerned. Let's go ahead, and we are going to attack these dudes over here. It looks like they're trying to rally backwards with some of their other little dudes. Let's go ahead and hit these guys as hard as we can, and oh my god, it is a bad day to be you. Yeah, doing what we gotta do, but unfortunately, that little maneuver they pulled right there was actually pretty clever. That was a pretty clever maneuver. Essentially, they let the center flank fold, and they assumed that I wouldn't be able to fold over to one of the sides fast enough, and even if I did, they would take this unit and they would surround and crush. That's a very clever maneuver they just pulled right there, and I didn't expect it. Normally, the Total War AI is not that smart, and so I was like, ooh, that was crafty right there. That's new. I've never seen it do that before. Interesting stuff. But now that their ballista are toasted, we don't really have that much to worry about. We're just waiting on the rat ogres to clean these cats up. And then as soon as that's done, as soon as this little white meter right here decides it wants to go away, then we'll take them. We'll charge the archers over here. My suggestion would be to have you guys hit the archers for right now. I don't know if you can get close enough to make that happen, but I would love it if you would. They are dying over here. They're not doing a great job. You go ahead and assist on that side. My leader ability does not look like it's charged up right now, I don't think. So if I can get you to assist over here with these guys, they've broken through the line right there. So now all that we care about is getting these rat ogres into position on this side. Actually, help out in the main offensive right here. They need it bad. They're going to fold over here on this side, so we're trying to hold it, but you can see right there we've got people who are wavering, and so what we really need is a resounding victory along the center line right now to really bolster our troops and get their morale back up. They're chasing the elves out over here, so rejoin the battle over here as they rout. That's perfectly fine. You guys, your job is to hit them right now, and I don't know why you're not doing it, but I need you to do that for me. Morale is not looking good. So they have actually routed right there. That means we want to take these cats right here, and I think we want to drop on these elves right here who are trying to rejoin the fray. These guys should start wavering all by their lonesome without our help. Like, it should be perfectly fine. We also want to consider taking our hero and having him engage their hero. If we can bog them down. Yep, everybody on him. Kill their leader. If we can kill their leader, that'll save us a considerable amount of problems later on in the game. And so I would love to kill them for right now. It looks like the battle has swung in our favor. They are still fighting over there. Whatever's left from that side, go ahead and... Actually, that's pretty much everything we have. Never mind. Pretty much everything we have. Yikes. Not a good feel. Oh, look, the ballista teams are back. The ballista teams are back. Alright, we'll focus on killing off their leader then. Doesn't even matter. Kill off their leader, and then you guys pepper them with fire a little bit. You ogres, go ahead and cancel them out. They're going to try and charge us from that side, but one good hit and they should back off. Leave us alone. Slingers, keep working on them. Put some fire on them.
Your warriors begin to rally, sire. Steady their nerves, and they will be able to rejoin the fight. The enemy have been put to flight, my lord. Victory is yours.
Yup, I expected as much. It should be perfectly fine. I mean, I would have liked to have fight this one with a little bit more fresh troops, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that, so we got attacked on the second turn. And it's the same. You really don't want the same unit to be getting hit by 3 and 4 attacks in one turn. The attrition just starts to add up, is really what it comes down to. And so anyways, the load times, man, the load times in this game are absolutely brutal. So fair warning, I don't know why that is, but my load times are absolutely absurd with this game. So there it is. We've earned ourselves a close victory. We gained 6 food from that fight, which is great, because now we've got a growth bonus. We've gained a little bit of loot, so that's going to be 404 bucks for the fire. And now we got to decide what we want to do with these guys. I don't think there's really any choice other than eating the captives, to be fair. I need these guys to start regenerating, and until they do that, we are going to be... I was hoping they would get the second chevron on here, but it looks like our rat ogres got rank 1, so I'll take that as a victory regardless of the way that it goes down. Let's go ahead and... Actually, the captives are worth 418. Let's eat them. I just need to get my troops back in case we catch a third. And we should, if we were smart, we'd chase him back to where he came from. If we keep on him and we wipe him out, I'd feel a lot better about our chances. But in fact, I think I'm going to try and grow this army into something a tad more considerable.
The elf things that march against us shall pay. Eshin spies, say, pointed-eared no-furs, steal Queek's treasures. We take them back. All things are Queek's.
See, and that's what's so fun about the Skaven right there. It's just that simple-minded dedication to cruelty and ownership that makes them one of the more fun races. We've got a quest. We get 8 warpstone and 1,000 bucks if we can take out Dawn's Light. I think that's a pretty good call. A favor from Lord Nodwell. And so you have been granted warp fire throwers and some storm vermin. Hell yeah, we need that very badly, so I will take it. Do they get added to my main retinue? They do. Oh my god, these storm vermin are going to be so useful. Look at that. They have 90 armor. These guys are going to be our shock troopers. We're always going to want them in the center of our center line, just holding it down for the set. As far as that goes, we've got a follower who is a messenger. We've got a chance of spotting nearby armies. So go ahead and attach him to Queek because he's our only leader anyways. We don't really have anybody else that can be added. Over here, we're building ourselves a lair. And on this side, you know, it's real tempting to go after this guy. It sincerely is. It's deeply tempting to go after this guy because we're still inside our borders too. And I think if we can rout him and wipe him out, that'd be... well, that'd be just fine. That'd be just fine. Another thing that you can do is you can actually merge armies. You can take... so if you don't want to pay the full upkeep for 2 armies, you can merge them together. Just be aware they might lose promotions if one is lower ranked than the other. So for example, we could fold these guys in together. If we fold them in together, that would lower our upkeep overall, and I actually think it's a smart idea to do this every now and again. If you've got all units of a similar tier, and you're not going to lose that much rank, and sitting around for 5 turns to wait for them to replenish isn't really an option, I highly recommend that. Just fold them in together. You'll get like 80 bucks a turn back, 100 bucks a turn back. Once you start having huge unit stacks where you've got like thousands and thousands of units, you can actually save yourself a couple hundred in upkeep every single turn. It's a good plan. It's a decent plan. I'm going to suggest we add some more clan rats to this group. And so there it is. I will add some more clan rats, and I am going to chase this dude down. Oh, that's right. You can't move while recruiting. I forgot about that. Well, then we'll chase him down now, because that would be the smart thing to do. At least run him from our territory. Now, we're just going to auto-resolve this one, because the auto-resolve in this game is not that bad. You just want to make sure that you're guaranteed victory before you auto-resolve. So, for example, I wouldn't auto-resolve something that's a 50-50 shot. I wouldn't auto-resolve something that's right here, but I would definitely auto-resolve something like that. And so, there it is. We've wiped him out decisively. And the nice part about this is that this will give us another chance to consume our enemies and get stronger. So, Vanya, our enemy belonging to the fortress of Go Away. The enemy has perished in the battle at the Uatek jungle. Hell yeah. And so now we've got a new follower. We've got a saboteur. Our income from sacking settlements is up by 10%. That actually would be super useful if we've got a war banner right there. Gives leadership plus 5. As far as that's concerned, I forget where we go to look at the banners that we have. There's a place that I can look at the banners we have available. So anyways, I think it's like a Lord banner. It's an item, and so we're allowed to have that anyways, and so it's not that big of a deal. It looks like I can assign this war banner. There it is. So he's got the banner now, and I think when we assign the banner, because one of these guys has, yeah, he's got that right there, so they've got the Razor Standard. I just don't see... somebody more familiar with Total War will have to tell me. But I'm pretty sure we should be able to take that war banner, and we should be able to put it on stuff. Yes, yes, indeed they do. Thank you for that helpful tip. So there it is. We can go to our armory. Ah, it's going to tell me, so there it is. Character details. We can do details, and he is leveled up. So we've got to decide how we want to develop our hero. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can make him like a pretty badass marcher. You can make it so that basically he's got supplementary abilities. He's really good at looting. He's really good at all the stuff that comes outside of combat. You can go with stuff like this over here, which means that he's really, really good at fighting in one-on-one combat and in duels and in combat. He becomes like a badass. I would suggest you have at least one leader who's really good at this stuff right here. And then I would pick from the other stuff, and they would lead armies in different ways. But I would at least try to have one warlord, like somebody who's really, really good at just out-and-out throwing hands in every single army. And then people who are good at this stuff, they'll kind of be attachés. They'll be extra people that you add to your army, but they won't be leading their own in general. At least that's how I tend to do it, is I'll have one warrior inside of each army, and then the extra people will get to come through and do their extra stuff. Tail weapon's going to give us melee attack plus 3%. That's pretty good, and weapon strength goes up by 4%. I'm going to go with that one right there. I'm going to develop this guy to be a warrior. It seems like that's what he's meant to be anyways. Over here on our banners, followers provide can't. Yep, I'm aware. There we go. And then we've also got armor, we've got weapons, and we've got talismans and things that can be put on our characters. They tend to be very good. They tend to be super hardcore. And then we've also gotten, so we've got Nodwell's Right Claw, and we hate dwarves and greenskins. Although that's pretty bog standard for the Skaven. They're not big fans of greenskins and dwarves. Let's take a turn and get some more grist for the mill troops. So there it is. A few more spearmen I think will serve us pretty well, and the fact that our warp fire thrower is rank 2 is really good. The fact that our ogres are rank 2 is really good as well. I think that's going to help us out. And so I can rename these units right here if I really want to. That's pretty sweet. Alright. Cool stuff. I don't think we have... Oh, it's going to take one turn for the war banner to be equipped. That might be why it's not letting us assign it for right now. I'm not going to have him march. He's just going to hang out in this location. One thing you want to keep in mind is that our capital is undefended right now while we're doing this, and so that's a little terrifying. Oh, man, they got reinforcements. That sucks. I was hoping I was just going to waltz in there and take it, but never mind.
Your plan is the dark menace that lurks unseen, Warlord.
Yeah.
You are masters of concealment and deception, and the oblivion. Assistance is available should you need it, my lord. You may rely...
Man, there is a lot of tooltips in here. So we've actually got a pretty good army running right now. Got a pretty good army running. Clan Rat Spears are going to be able to do their thing for a minute. I can't really move that far, so what I would suggest is that we stay inside of our territory so that we still maintain replenishment up until next turn. We're going to need to feel better sooner rather than later, and frankly, if I can recruit, I might as well. How many Skaven slaves can I get in one turn? Skaven slaves often have, like, really low leadership, but if I can make them work for me, I think it'll be alright. What's the difference between them and the spearmen? So their leadership's a lot lower, their speed is the same, their melee attack is garbage. These are essentially, I think, trash tier troops that we just kind of throw at the enemy as sacrificial lambs so that we can set up flanks and whatnot. I'd be much more interested in just more swordsmen. So let's do that while we replenish for another turn. Then, as far as Uatech is concerned, next turn we'll have our hive back up and running. So that's great. Our lair will be good to go. We're evening out on public order, although we could definitely afford to do a little bit better. Our food supplies are getting slightly lower, though. And so we're going to want to maintain like a constant supply of like killing a foe if we can. We can recruit lords. What lords are available?
Word in your ear. Despite the great power you command, the loyalty of your followers cannot always be presumed. Keep a close watch on your subordinates, Lord. And be sure to bring those that lack a little faith into line, either through strength or favor.
So we've got a couple of options here. We can recruit a bunch of Greyseers, or there's warlords around. Kind of an interesting choice. My suggestion would be that we take... My suggestion would be that we take a Greyseer, I think. This guy... What is that right there? What is that little stat? That's his loyalty. Okay, we'll have a loyalty of 4 to 9. It's not too bad. Yeah. Since we're just waiting anyways, let's pick up a Greyseer, and we're going to attach him to our army if we can.
Your army has marched all it can, my lord.
These guys are more than likely going to disembark and try to fight us. I'll probably just siege them out. I really dislike siege battles.
Treachery is a way of life for your king, Warlord Quick. Despite your mighty victories, there remain some within your burrows that would agitate against you. Subdue your clan rats into obedience, lest they rise up against you.
So that's perfectly fine. With the clan rats, we're waiting on our public order to go up. It's going up by 4 every single turn. We do have new things that we can build over here. One of the benefits of upgrading the central location is that it gave us an extra spot to build right here. So in this spot, we can build a Clan Moors headquarters. It gives us a garrison of storm vermin, and it allows us to recruit clan rats, which is pretty solid from this location. What can I recruit from here? I don't think I can recruit anything from here right now, but sometimes it's easier to navigate if you use this. There's an herb gatherer's camp. Gives us untainted +1, medicinal plants, resource production, 20 bundles, income generated. So that's going to be a cash place, I think. And as we take that up, I don't know. Like, with most of these guys, so we've got a hidden lair right there. Unlocks the recruitment of night runners with slings and night runners with knives, okay? We've got rattling warrens. That'll give us growth +20. Casualty replenishment rate inside of the confines of this territory will go up by 2%. And we have Skaven corruption +1. And then we've got income up by 60% on the slave wheels. A rubbish pit allows us to get a little bit more cash, right? What is our resource generation? Like, every race tends to have something that generates money, something that generates order, something that generates troops. What are we ultimately angling towards here? We have gutter rat slingers, gutter runners with poison. We've got death runners. Over on this side, we've got a plague nest, which allows us to get a new hero, a plague priest. Unlock engineers. Doom wheels! That's supposed to be in capital letters. You can only say doom wheel in capital letters. Hell pit abominations. Night runners. How do I get storm vermin? Because that is our... So we want to start with a clan pit, I think. If we start with a clan pit, that's what I'm going to start with. The clan pit. So what we want to do is, because our leader gets a 50% reduction in upkeep for storm vermin, that's a very useful unit for him, because that means we can run heavy shock infantry against our enemies, which most people can't afford to do because they tend to be very, very expensive. And so we can run entire armies of just shock troopers, which will be pretty crazy for turning flanks and killing fools. And so we'll wait for our public order to go back up. Skip out on his weird little monologue. I still haven't figured out exactly who he thinks he's talking to just so far. What are his abilities? What's he got going on? Coming soon, apparently. Coming soon, I guess, would be the operand phrase right there. They have people here. It looks like they've got archers and some spearmen and some stuff like that. This is just a settlement, though. I don't know if it has gates or anything like that. We definitely want to take this over, though. Does it have gates? What does it have right now? If it has, like, walls. No, 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 no. Dawn's Light. There we go. So he's got a hamlet. A delicious, lovely little piggy hamlet. What is that right there? I've got people that have not moved. Well, what you should do then is you should combine your forces with his. And so there it is. Rat Surge Cackle. Oh, he can't join us. Okay, well, that makes him kind of interesting. We'll take him back then. I thought I was at 19 out of 20. Somebody should be... He should be able to join, right? Maybe it's being weird about the leadership qualities. Maybe it's being weird, but you should be able to have multiple leaders in one army. It's fine. Not that big of a deal. All that means is we can start recruiting for him now, and he's got Skaven Slave Spears. Their melee attack is not that much better, but we are going to need Spearmen. Jesus. I don't like relying on trash troops like zombies and stuff like that when I play vampires. It's not my favorite thing to do because they tend to rout very easily. They tend to not be that useful when, like, they tend to rout very quickly. And when a unit routs in this game, yay.
Over time, this growth will permit the expansion of your cities into mighty fortresses of war.
So he wants us to build ourselves for right now a nest lair.
Your kind burns energy.
I don't really have room for that, but what we can do is we can spend 2,000 bucks. Will you please stop talking? Jesus. I swear to God, man, that guy never stops talking. I'm the kind of person that prefers to play a game and figure it out myself. I've played Total War since Rome Total War, so I've got a pretty good idea of how the game works. And you can figure out the extra stuff as you go along with Google. Anyways, man, the guy just won't shut up. He just won't shut up. I'm just like, go away. Stop talking. I'm sure there's a button around here that makes the advisor go away, but frankly, I don't want to dig it up. I think it's a pretty good idea for us to keep this moving, because at the moment, we've got Clan Rat spears, but if we can get Clan Rat swords on top of that, what's the difference with Clan Rats over here? So we finished that off. We've got access to Clan Rats right there. Oh, actually, we finished something interesting off right now. So we've got Clan Rat spears. Shit, that means I can just, like, fire these guys and not even care anymore. Give me Clan Rat spears. So that's going to be our main vanguard. These are guys going to be flank turners and stuff like that. And then from there, we'll figure out what we want to do next. It's always good to have at least 2 armies so that you can adapt to problems and come up with rapid solutions to those problems. I'm going to spend the 2,000 right now to upgrade that to rank 2. I am a firm believer that you should always have some amount of renovation happening.
Verminous reinforcements may occasionally be summoned from below the battlefield, mighty lord. It is not for nothing that your kind are infamous for employing the element of surprise in war.
Oh. I can spend a bunch of... Oh, that's a very interesting mechanic. So I get a special ability that allows us to dig people up from the ground and attack from the inside, but it costs us food if you watch our meter up here. Ooh, that's a very interesting mechanic. That's world-changing, because they're going to be able to dig up behind the enemy lines and stuff like that and cause, like, instant flanks. Dude, that would be a nightmare if you're playing against Skaven, but maybe I'm being overly optimistic. Maybe it doesn't work exactly like that. Nonetheless, I will see you on the next episode of Warhammer 2. Take care out there, everybody. If you like the game, you can get it down below, obviously. And aside from that, my name is Splattercat. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. Hi-do, and I will see you later. Bye, everybody.